Hello, 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 and welcome back into another Andrew Bortz Does Dat career mode on Dat Expert difficulty in, of course, an HRT. Coming to you today from Singapore, the one night race on the calendar, a very interesting race in this game. I am at Ruda, aka at Agent Molder 5 on Twitter, aka the guy who, for the fifth time now, is trying to buffer this video, and it actually looks like it's going to be a success this time. My computer just decided to be hateful for a little while, and there you go. So, cloudy. Ooh, this could be interesting. Do we have a chance of rain? That would definitely spice things up. Though this isn't as much of a procession as Monaco, it can still be pretty processional. It's a weird track. It's very weird. Oh, 27% chance of rain. That could be interesting. Bortz putting the HRT up into P12. Wow. That was unexpected considering some of his recent performances. Not the greatest. Qualified decently enough in some, but then kind of fell back due to punctures and whatnot. Showing you this setup now. It's a very odd setup, but, you know, like I say, to each their own. And what else? More setup. So he's between Schumacher and Perez, it seems. Schumacher not having the greatest qualifying session. So we're now going through the rest of the grid. Massa is qualified in P4. Felipe, baby. Flying. And then we got the rest of the field. Although, looking at that, it looks like both HRTs beat both the Marussia / version / whatever they're called. And both of them beat both of the Caterhams. Very, very strange. As we see, yikes, it looks like he's blown both a set of the options and the primes. That can't be... What? 4 stops? Say what? What are you doing, Bortz? And he's already used all of his options because he destroyed a set. So, this could be interesting. I guess maybe he's hoping for rain and that he can just... Huh. That's weird. That's very, very weird. So it looks like we're going to start on primes, then have 2 stops of primes, and then 2 stops of options. Okay, well, this could be a very, very interesting race. So you see the teammate comparison. Bortz is obviously trouncing leads because he leads. He's useless. And here we go to the grid. This could be interesting. This could be boring. I don't know. We will have to wait and see. Not an extraordinarily long time between Bortz hitting the button and then the game actually deciding to respond. So there you go. It's a nice change of pace. And let's see what happens. Who qualifies? Fernando putting it up on pole, and then I think Vettel or something followed him. Buemi is going to be Bortz's rival, P10. And then there's Legacy, who's loosest. So let's see how Bortz fares. 61 laps of Singapore. Coming at you. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Bortz is over revving the engine and gets wheel spin out the ass. I could have predicted that. In the first 2 gears, and then the 3rd gear, he's lower than he should have been as everyone and their mama goes by on the start. But Bortz is going to banzai his way up the inside. All right, well done, Andrew. He's going to take, whoa, took Schumacher on the inside. Very nicely put Heidfeld. And Heidfeld looks like he put Petrov into the wall a little bit. Bortz gets a little wheel spin. He's going to be able to get Buemi. What is Buemi doing? He's slowing down very early for that corner. And now Bortz up to P7. Weber fighting, I think it's Hamilton? And trying to look more further up the field. I can't really tell. Slice and dice. Bortz is going to take Weber on the inside. There's Button. There's Hamilton. Bumps Weber. And, what else? Oh, Lewis. Whoa, that could have been nasty. As Bortz goes on the inside of Button. What is... Holy shit. We're already up to P4. And, let's see. Felipe Baby's up in front of him. And it looks like that's the second. That's Alonso in second. So who took the lead? Was that Vettel? I think Vettel took the lead. So going through this corner complex, having to miss 1 apex to get the other 2. Very weird corner, that one. This whole track has weird corners. Let's see. A very popular spot to lock up and completely screw your car over. Bortz is now flicking it up. Gonna burn through some more fuel, try to get his way up the field. Another corner that's very weird. Typically, my favorite line through that is just to completely miss the rumble strip and just go on the other side of it, but yeah, that might not technically be legal. I shouldn't have said that. There's random fireworks going off. I think those only go off at the end of the race. I'm not sure, but you know, why not have more flashy explosions? I mean, this game is already the quality of a Michael Bay movie. Why not just put the explosions in as we're ending lap 1 in P4? So Bortz is flying, only expected to finish 13th. Well, he's way further up than that. We see him overheating the engine. Looks like Button's going to try to, maybe not. Thought he was going to try to make a move on the inside there, but yeah, no. Vettel does lead. So Sebastian doing his fingerboard thing up in front. Followed by Alonso, followed by Massa, followed by Bortz. As it looks like the Ferraris aren't pulling too much of a gap, but that Red Bull, Sebastian Vettel, is pulling a massive gap. As we have Button going down the inside. Thinking about it, but not going to do it. That corner requires a lot of buns tactics, which the AI just don't do. So, yeah. Another corner where it's very easy as Bortz gets extremely close to the wall there. It's another corner where it's very, very easy to get it wrong and just end up in the wall. And that's another one where it is. Getting me nervous. It's like Monaco, but not. Very interesting track. So the question's going to be, how does this 4-stop strategy play into all this? I'm not quite sure what the AI do on 100% in this race. So you see Bortz's gap. Is he catching Felipe? I'll have to keep watching that gap. But it seems to me as though they would probably go for a 3-stop because it just didn't look like the tires were going to be able to last all that long. Or it's going for a 4-stop. I don't know. It could work out for him, and especially if it rains. Then it depends on how far we get. Simply because he's already blown all of his option tires, he has no fresh sets. So while technically, and yes, he is catching. He's catching Massa by a decent clip. The last gap was 2.5 seconds. Now it's 1.6 seconds, 1.7 even. So we're catching Felipe. We could have P3. But he has a new sets of option tires, so you know, it could depend on how much they're worn versus the pace of a new set of primes. So most of the AI is on options, so the fact that he's even sticking with the field is an accomplishment. Much less catching. Lost a little bit of time to Massa there. This section of the track, I would expect that though. He just doesn't have the grip of the other cars. See there, a little bit of corrective action for some oversteer. That corner again. This one I've seen more than any corner with that one right there put people off and into the wall. I remember one of the biggest pileups I've ever seen online. I think it ended up being 6 cars by the end of it. In the melee that ensued. It wasn't pretty. It's a little bit oversteer there, a little bit too jumpy on the throttle. As we now see, the same sector that he was 2.5 seconds down last time, he's 2.4 roundabouts. So he is gaining little by little. And then the question is, why is he gaining so much in this sector then? Because this is another sector where you would think you need a lot of grip. But last lap, he just gained a whole shitload of time. Almost a second. Maybe Felipe just made a mistake? I don't know. But speaking of Felipe, I actually had a decent performance in Monaco, which was surprising. I expected him in a wall. It was good to see Maldonado end up there, though, because that guy is a complete idiot. Well, actually, now we're losing time to Felipe, so it's back and forth. We could actually still catch the Ferrari, as we see engines worn a bit, tires not too bad. On lap 4 of 61. So, assuming that this could probably go another to lap 12 or so. Yeah. He might actually have needed the 4th stop just to get through. I'm not sure. Maybe that isn't as eccentric of a strategy as I think it is. Now we're losing a lot of time to Felipe. 3.2 seconds behind. As we see Vettel just driving on away. Boring, boring, boring 2011. Although 2012, I think, is just the tires, not necessarily car performance, but that is what it is. Exciting racing, but yeah. And it's weird, and I really do, and we'll talk about this more in the back markers cast that we end up doing, but I really think the Pirellis ruined Monaco this year, just because, I mean, it's always going to be a procession. We know that. It comes with the territory, but Monaco is just a unique track, and one which would be F1 would be lesser for if they took F1 or took Monaco off the calendar. So, knowing that it's going to be a procession, why not come with tires that will last long? So that way, you can at least have the thrill of seeing drivers go banzai, balls to the wall for 78 laps, instead of seeing what we saw this time, which was conserve the tires, conserve the tires, conserve the tires. Oh shit, it might rain, conserve the tires even more. And then he had situations where you had people like Kimi, who I think went off the cliff probably 5 laps or so before he came in, and just utterly ruined his race because it might rain. We couldn't push because the tires are going to explode if we do. And then, you know, afterwards it was conserve the tires, conserve the tires, conserve the tires. It was boring, and not for being a procession. I don't care if there's not a single overtake in the Monaco Grand Prix, if they can at least go flat out. That's why, for just for Monaco purposes, I say bring Bridgestones back, or Pirelli actually get some sense and put them on the harder tires. Make an old compound, because okay, you have to have the grippy compounds for the circuit. Cool. Make a compound that's grippy and lasts longer. You'd think after 2011 you'd know that, but a lot of what's been going on this year is showing me that I don't think they know as much about their own tires as they let on. But anyway, we have Button still behind us, and he's really not catching all that much. You see him making little attempts, getting a bit closer, but then he just falls away. I don't know what it is, because you'd think that McLaren would be all over the back of the HRT, but much like, again, Monaco in this year, just can't get behind or past rather the back marker, and that was fun to watch. Go Heikki, have some balls on that motherfucker, just not backing off, saying I don't care what you're in, Jensen, I will defend against you, and then Jensen ended up screwing up. So we're now on lap 5, about to be on lap 6. Looks like the front 3 have pulled a sizable gap. Must have been a mistake from Felipe there somewhere to get him back into Bortz's clutches. It's now a 5.5 second gap. Button gets a run, not going to take a chance. And we continue and continue. We're now on lap 8. Same order as it was before. Bortz still in P4. Button making a little look on the inside, but nothing too... Oh, God, that's not good. Nicely held, Kamui. Wow. That was a Kamui moment just there. Drifting it through the corner. It could have gotten dicey. So we're now on lap 9. We're going to see another Kamui moment. Now we're going to see Bortz over rev on a gear change. Green flag, resume racing. There must have been a yellow somewhere in this sector. Don't know exactly what happened. Wait, Bortz up to P2. Okay, so I guess the rest of them, it's lap 13, so I think people have come in for their stops. The tires are a bit worn. We've now caught the back markers. There's D'Ambrosio. Will he let him through? Yes, he will. Bortz locks up a little bit. See, that corner, it's just so easy. I think, ooh, it's not like there was contact back there. I think Fernando hit D'Ambrosio. I think that there's just a little bump there that unsights the car and just disturbs the balance, and that's how you get the locks. Although I'm not really sure because it doesn't feel all that bumpy. You know, whatever. There's Kovalainen, who did a great job to defend against Button and Monaco, as I've said. And now, let's see, 41 seconds to Vettel. Oh my God. And I think Vettel's already come in for a stop. Just shows you, or maybe he hasn't. What is it around here? It would be a 37 mile an hour pit lane, simply because it's a street circuit. Maybe he hasn't stopped yet. Actually, I'm almost sure he hasn't stopped yet. There'd be no way he'd pull a 40-second gap. Oh, God. That got interesting. Bortz has almost lost it there. We're now behind Alonso, though. He's going to pit on this lap. He's going to be able to take Fernando. Mr. Eyebrows on the outside. No, not on this corner. He's going to get a little wheel spin. Ooh, nicely held. Oh, there's a little wheel spin. So now who are we going to let by? Felipe, baby. Whoa, Felipe just took that corner extremely quickly. Bortz is flicking it up. He's not having any of that. He wants those positions back. Is he going to be able to... No, not in this corner. It gets understeer. Ooh, that was scary. Tires have gone off, as we already see what the fresh primes can do versus the warm primes. They are flying away. But Bortz is not going to care. Is he going to be able to take Massa? No. Oversteer. Nicely held though, not quite as flamboyant as it was last time, but it's getting on the throttle a little bit too early, I think, and that's the reason why you're seeing these oversteer moments. They're not really snap oversteer, they're gentle. I think he's on the throttle just way too early. As we're going to see going through this corner. Miss the apex, hit the other, hit the other. Red Bull, well, no shit, Mr. Engineer. I wonder who it's going to be. It's probably going to be the guy who hasn't come in yet. Wow. Understeer in this corner. Yeah, well, there's some lap traffic. I think that's going to be, is that going to be Truly? It kind of looks like a Caterham. Yeah, it's Truly. So Truly's beating Kovalainen. A little bit of oversteer there. Yeah, he needs to get off these tires soon, or else, you know, knowing Bortz, like, they're going to puncture. Ooh, a little bit there. Nicely held, though. Going through another corner, which is very easy to lock up. I mean, it's very easy to hit the wall here, too. It's very easy to hit the wall everywhere, but especially in that and then the other corner. Earlier on in the... Whoa. God, this is scary. Oversteer everywhere. Bortz needs to come in. These tires are done. So now we go into a set of primes for our first of 4 stops. Even oversteers a little going into the pit entrance. That was pretty cool. Going on the primes. We're now, let's see, we're 3 laps up on fuel projections, though, so Bortz can afford to go max on the engine for a while. Now, critically, is Button going to clear him? I don't see Button on there. I see Soodle. So Soodle might not have come in yet. But either way, it looks like Bortz is going to clear the pair of them. Wow, that's fine. Nice. Wait, no, Soodle's 20 seconds behind. So Soodle has come in. So where's Button? Wait, no, there's Soodle. Okay, so still, where's Button? Button should be right on his ass. What happened to Jensen? Huh. Maybe he was the one the yellow flags are for. I doubt it, but that's weird. Unless Bortz took someone off and he conveniently edited that out. I don't know. So, here we go. On the fresh primes. We are, whoa. Scary there. You see Soodle's going to try to make a move on Andrew. Is he going to switch back? Oh. It's morning here. I just woke up. I was going to do this in the afternoon, but I figured I have some free time before my class. So why not do a commentary now? You see another yellow flag going on in Sector 3. Looks like no one's liking Sector 3 today. Let's see. There's Bortz's rival. Actually, not that far up the track. Wow. Oh, wait, so Soodle hasn't pitted. So maybe Bortz just got a substantial gap to Button somehow. So we see there's Timo, going by Timo. Vettel sets the fastest lap, which is about 3 seconds faster than Andrews. There's Ambrosio. Gonna get by him easily. Maybe. Ooh. Slick move there. Front wing damage to Wait, was that to D'Ambrosio or was that to, Oh, whoa, nicely done there. Very quick thinking by Andrew to not go into the wall. Take it to the escape road. And let Schumacher go through. So that's P5. And then comes out and blocks Perez. Sergio. Not going to be too happy with that. At least he didn't pull a Maldonado and try to ram Perez off the track. That's always sporting of him. So there's Schumacher, I think, getting caught up in some of the lap traffic. Oh, and Bortz getting caught up, but he gets a much cleaner exit. He might be able to have Schumacher in the next couple of corners. The Mercedes, I almost said Ferrari. Yeah, thank God he's not still in that. The Mercedes, it looks a little bit slow. Bortz might be able to have it. Gets the DRS, which seems useless to have it on this straight. There's Kovalainen blocking him. Whoa, Kovi, what are you doing? That was a little bit dicey. There we go. Finally you get out of the way. Damn fins. Not the flying fin, the blocking. I don't know where the source would be related to Finland. So it's probably best that I don't think about that too much. Perez behind with a time that doesn't bode well. As we're now behind Truly. Any chance it seems that he had of getting Schumacher is being ruined by these back markers. What the hell are you doing, Truly? Stopping on the racing line. Should be a penalty. Get the black and whites out for Truly. Bash them. Gonna finally get by Trulli now. Or not. What the hell? What the hell are these AI doing? This is stupid. So now, we're 5 seconds behind Schumacher, or 4.5. Closest matters. They're about to lap our rival, actually. Engine, ooh, yikes. That cannot be good. Need to cool that thing off. I think he's probably running mixed 3 just because, he can't. Whoa, nicely held. He was 3 laps up on his fuel projection, so he had the ability to do that. So we see now the tires are getting a bit worn. More oversteer, losing more and more time to Schumacher. Yeah, this is going to get dicey. I think the next stop is going to be for a set of primes. So after that, we're on to the options, which should in theory be faster, but gotta remember, he has no fresh sets. They are all worn. And, oh, whoa, it looked like, was that Schumacher? Yeah, it looked like Schumacher. He actually hit the wall there. Did he hit the wall and going into the pits? Could that be why everything's getting mixed up and jostled? Or some AI hitting the pit wall and some not? Is that what the yellow flags are for, even? Huh. That's weird. Whoa. Felipe. Wow. I didn't expect that. Felipe setting the fastest lap. So now, what are we on? We are near as matters to halfway through the race. And we are still in P4. Bortz going to go for a stop now. I mean, I guess it's an easy pit lane if you're going too fast to hit the wall, but I can't imagine that being a regular occurrence of any sort. I don't know. We're 40 seconds behind Massa. Wow. They're pulling a massive gap. These times confuse me just because I wouldn't think that they'd be having this much of a gap. Schumacher has gone by, so obviously it didn't hurt him all that much. Who else is going by? Sudal. So Bortz actually, in those oversteering moments, lost quite a lot of time. And the others didn't lose as much time as I thought that is. Is this the Resta behind him? Or is this going to be a lap car? Yep, it's the Resta. So, 2 more stops. Next will be onto the option tires. We'll have to see how they fare. Alright, so the Resta needs to come in. And the Sudal need to come in. Schumacher already has, according to the engineer. Or has he? Oh, no, he did, because we saw him going... Wow. I need more coffee. Give me a sec. There we go. So, with the rest of needing to come in... Whoa, these are... Wait, these are worn. Ah, that's why he went for the 4 stop. He didn't have a full set of prime tires. Full set of fresh prime tires. He only had like 2 sets. So he had a worn set, and he knew he couldn't go long. Ah, I see now. And the 2 options are because they're both worn. That makes more sense now. So something obviously happened in practice or qualifying, where he both crashed out twice. Once on a set of options, once on a set of primes. And then wore through most of them in qualifying. I'm surprised he didn't take the... Ooh. Knocked the wall there. Chips off a bit of front wing. Nothing too critical. He still should be okay. But, I mean, that's just going to be more time he loses in the pit stop phase. So the race, while not a complete disaster, is starting to fall away a bit from Bortz. But yeah, I'm surprised in qualifying he didn't go for, like, the, Pirelli model where you just don't qualify. Oh, what the fuck is Glock doing? My god. That's like the 4th time the team has been a complete cock and just done something stupid. And let's not forget real F1 where he, oh wait, did he block someone or was that pick? I can't remember. One of the Marussia drivers blocked somebody and somebody wasn't too happy about it. So yeah, Bortz up in P5. So Sudal's come off into the pits. This is lap 41. Kobayashi coming in soon. So Bortz won't get over... Well, he might get overtaken by him, but he won't get, he'll get cycled back around. That's Vettel back there. Finger boy. If Bortz doesn't get out of the way, he'll be seeing Vettel's other finger that he shows to, certain Indian HRT drivers. Because, you know, I'm going very slow. Oh, that's the one thing, too. I found quite funny. It just shows you how oh, God! No, 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 no! Oh! That... Oh, Vettel actually got hit! Vettel got spun! Oh, damn! He is going to be very angry with Andrew Bortz. That is not good. He got spun. Take that, finger boy. No, but I found something fun. Oh! Bortz almost was thinking, Bortz, you need to come in, man. You're not coming in. Are you insane? I mean, I know you Welsh are different, but you're insane. This is going to be a fun lap to watch. As we're not even through the first sector yet. Very slowly. I still can't believe he spun Vettel. Oh, wait, no, this is the third sector. There's the blue flags again. Here's that corner. Is he going to hold it? Is he going to hold it? Yep, he holds it. We got this one coming up where Bortz had to take evasive action earlier. I don't know who this is now. Is this still Vettel or is this going to be Fernando? Fernando's going to love Andrew for that. He's not going to it's not going to matter if he gets out of the way or not. Let's see, who's this going to be? It is Vettel. So Vettel going to be very pissed. Oh, I thought he was coming into the wall there. All right, so now onto the option tires. Whoa, that was an insane couple of laps. But yeah, back to the point I was trying to make. Something I thought I found funny was a little stat that came out of the Monaco Grand Prix. The thing is, as much as I mock HRT for having shit aero, and they do, Monaco isn't as much about aero as it's more majorly about mechanical grip. There are spots I mean, aero of course helps, no doubt about that, but it is a more mechanical grip centric track. So we're now all the way down to P11. Wow. Now I wonder if that was that spin, or if he's just out of sequence with the rest of the people because these guys are going option prime prime, whereas Bortz is going prime 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 option option. Or something along those lines. Chance of rain in 15 minutes. So with a lap time of that would be... You know, he might still get rain by the end of this race. It depends on how heavy it is, on whether or not he's going to have to come in for another set. But I haven't seen the page yet. I want to see, the number I want to see is how worn are these tires. Because then it depends. With rain coming on at what I would assume be the end of this stint, it's the difference if does Bortz risk it, or does he have to go for another set of the dry tires? And it was the same situation that really ruined any chance of having, you know, a balls-to-the-wall Monaco Grand Prix, is because the second that rain was on the radar, you have to react to that. You can't just be like, eh, whatever, unless you're a team with nothing to lose. But everyone had to slow down, basically, to save the tires, because the Pirellis are, you know, like women on their period. They're temperamental as hell. And everyone had to save the tires, so they had to go slower to save the tires. And then the rain just never came, and it was just like, well, whoops. They were in a position then where they had gone about halfway through the race, and another second stop was no longer viable, unless you did 2 quick stints. But since we don't have refueling, you can't just fuel for a quick stint like you can in Indy, or most racing series around the world. It was just a cluster. And did he say something about a puncture? I really wasn't paying attention because I was off yammering about my own rant and points, whatever. But whatever. We're catching Perez. We're on lap 44. We're going to take Sergio on the outside. Sergio going to leave him room? No. That was close. Well done for both. Bortz is critically going to get the slipstream. No curves, remember? Gets by Perez nicely, but looks like Perez is trying to come back at him almost. And Bortz getting through that corner cleanly. So we're now up to P10. Now we're up to P8. Past 2 more people. I'm guessing your pit stop phases. There's Barrichello. What is Barrichello doing up in P7? Wow, that's actually impressive. Is he out of sequence too? Bortz is actually faster than Rubens. That's interesting. See what we're going to be able to do about it. Nothing if we hit the wall. But nicely held by Bortz. Doesn't lose too much time. But then again, Barrichello seems to be going very slowly. Actually, so does the person in front of him, too. That's weird. Well, I will say he was not going slowly in Indy on Sunday. Got 11th, which For a rookie, it is a very impressive result. Got Rookie of the Year, I think, for the Indy 500 or something like that. I don't know. I stopped watching that whole thing when Sato crashed because I was hoping he would win. But, you know, credit to him going balls to the wall, thinking he'd go overtake. I still think he could have taken him into turn 4, gotten a slip off of Franchitti. Wait, why was there hesitation there? Maybe that was a glitch, but it almost sounded like Bortz backed off the throttle for a second. Sets DeResta up in P6, so DeResta somehow jumped Bortz in the pit stop phase. It might have been during one of those oversteery spin moments or something. Let's see, where is Schumacher? I'm thinking the dot ahead of DeResta would be Sudal. So is Schumacher now in P4? Or Schumacher in P5? Interesting, interesting. Plot thickens. We're on lap 46, so we'll have to see. These tires are worn, but they're not, you know, gonna die anytime soon. I went.
Okay, looks like you picked up a puncture on the rear left. Pit, pit, pit.
I don't even know what to say. For fuck's sake. These tires aren't even that worn. It's a rear tire, which is a bit... Oh, well, I would say a bit better, but, you know, it depends on how hard Bortz has to put it through the corner. I mean, he'll be able to get it back. Yeah, well, it depends. This could get nasty. I don't know. Whoa, whoa! Felipe is in P2. He's ahead of Alonso. How did that happen? As we gotta slow down now because we're gonna unsettle the... Oh, wow. This is gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be fine through this corner. I think, what is it gonna be? Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. So I think the majority are more left-handers, which is good for Bortz. Now, right-handers are not gonna be so much fun. We're on lap 47. He recovers to the pits. And critically, unless the rain starts now, well, even if the rain started now, it's going to be interesting. I think he's pretty much going to have to stay out on... God. Flips the car around. Puts it into the wall. I don't know if that did any damage. I don't think I did any damage to the rear wing, but I'm not sure. That was a pretty nasty bump. As we're going to take another right-hander. We have just, after this one, two more to go, rather. I guess, but they're both kind of leading into one another. There's more of the field. Sports losing. Oh, there's Rosberg. Oh! Oh! Oh, that's not gone well. And then a penalty. Oh my god. How was that in... I can't even say anything anymore. I really want to just, like... No, I can't say that. That would be inappropriate. So, this race is completely ruined for Andrew. Thanks to one, a puncture, which, okay, whatever, you know, punctures happen. But then, to this game's stupid, retarded, utterly idiotic, no sense whatsoever penalty system. Safety car is now deployed because Rosberg is stuck, which means Bortz cannot serve his penalty until the safety car is through. And he just pit under green, and now the safety car is out. So, this race is just completely ruined for Bortz. Although, wait, why can't he get by? There we go. Oh my god. So if he comes in straight on a restart, everyone and their mother is going to be directly behind him. So any chance he had of keeping ahead of Sudal through the drive-thru is completely ruined now. Lap 50, and it's raining. God, this is going to get ugly. We have 11. Ooh, that scared me. 11 laps. Now, the thing is, he has fresh sets of the wet tires. He has fresh set of inters and fresh set of extreme wets. So, he might be able... That might actually be a good thing. And is it just me, or do those safety car lights look white? Those looked white to me. That's weird. Maybe it's just the color filtering on this track. Is he going to serve the drive-thru? Whoa! Almost loses it there. Wait, why is he so much further behind? Ah, because he had to go all the way around. Okay. Now I get it. It sounded like Buemi just pit. Is he putting on the inters? So Bortz is going to have to serve the penalty, which I think he's doing now. It's still coming down with rain. Rain doesn't seem to be that heavy. Tires... Oh wait, so we got a little bit of spray there. So here's the drive-thru. Now, where's he going to come out with respect to the rest of the field? That's going to be the interesting thing. And is he going to try to make it to the end? I mean, the rain is extremely light. He might be able to make it, depending on how long it lasts. I don't know. This is going to be interesting. We are in for one hell of a finish, I gotta say that. We're now on P11. We're still over where we expected to be, which is good. We're actually a position up on where we qualified. Or he qualified, rather. Why am I saying we? I'm not driving that car. It's still in P11. 52. He's at a pit stop for tire wear. So he already came in and put on a different set of options. So now he's got to make a... Would he have had to make a fifth stop regardless? Wow. This is dicey. So now... Oh my god.
You have a left front puncture, a left front puncture. Pit, pit, pit.
Okay. So now what does Bortz do? He doesn't have any tires that are going to take him further than, 5 laps without puncturing, it seems. And those tires are not that worn. That's yellow. That's orange. It's not red. I've driven tires harder than that. I've driven them into the red. I did an online race once where I did all but 2 laps on one set of Hungaroring on one set of primes. And they were crap by the end, but they never punctured. What is it with these punctures? So we're now in P12. Truly in P13? What the hell? How did that happen? And he's 2 minutes off, so he's like almost a complete lap down. So he's going to be a non-factor. Okay, so Bortz is putting on the inter tires. I don't think it's wet enough for him. It could be interesting. The tire's just flopping about there. New nose as well.
Exit now.
Actually, excuse me, truly it's 4 to... Yeah, he's like 2 laps down.
There's some traffic at the pit exit. Watch out as you rejoin the track.
Fireworks are still going off for no particular reason. So now,
No more scheduled pit stops. So
it depends on how hard this rain is and when these guys come in for their entries. We're in P12. That's... Let's see. Whoa! Holy shit, it is pouring. We only have 2 laps to go, but this is going to be dicey whether or not you can even get through on inters. A few more laps of this and it'll be extreme wets. This is exciting. We're going to probably see a few more positions come to Bortz just because I doubt all the field's going to be able to contend with this. We have a car in the pits now. That was... Wait, whoa, what happened to Vettel? Why is Vettel in P... Why is Massa in the lead? What? How did that happen? Whoa, Kamui. That was impressive. So, okay, so... Oh, wait. Massa's already won the race. How? Felipe, how? How did that happen? Wow. That's insane. So now, I think that's going to be it. I think P11 is going to be the best we can hope for, unless we bin the car on the last lap. We still see a bit of a dry line here, so it's not completely wet, but this is just pouring down. Lucky this came down. Well, I guess unlucky because, well, I mean, you had no tires. So an interesting race. An exciting one. 2 punctures, of course. Retarded penalty from the, coding of Codemasters, which I guess is an oxymoron, of course. And, yeah, actually 3 laps up on fuel projections, which never happens. And is he setting... Okay, that's just the last lap. I thought that was a personal best. Or is it a personal best? I can't tell, because sometimes those numbers mean to the last lap, and sometimes it means to the entire race. I doubt it would be Ooh, into the wall there. Sliding around. A few more laps this and it would have had to have been extreme wet tires, but, wasn't to be. I still want to figure out why Vettel and, Truly are nice drift there, are behind Bortz. What's Bortz doing? Bortz, it's the last lap. What are you doing? That's confusing. Anyway, P11 for Bortz. Hard fought. Had to come back from some really stupid stuff. But he gained a place on where he qualified.
Place outside the points. Good drive.
Wait, that was a DNF? Alright, so Massa Alonso Kobayashi in 3. Nice. Barrichello in 4th. What the hell happened in this race? As we see, almost everyone and their mother is a lap down. Vettel didn't even finish. What? DNF from Vettel. Then we have the Lotus Caterham, the two Marussias. Rosberg didn't finish. We kind of figured that Aldiswari didn't. Liuzzi didn't. Okay, he's a back marker. Petrov, when did he not? Weber? Heidfeld? What? Hamilton? But what? How did all these guys not finish? What happened? I wish there was a proper replay system in this game, which there should be, because there are in most racing, actually probably 99% of racing games out there, probably every racing game besides this one. Proper replay system where you could switch between the cars and see what exactly happened, because that's weird. See, Bortz all the way down to P15 with only 16 points. And there's the rest of the field if you care to look. So, it was exciting. That was fun. As we see how the constructors pan out, Ferrari not far behind. McLaren are losing a lot of points with their DNFs. I think they DNF'd in a few other races as well. And, yeah. So hope to catch you guys next time. It will be Japan, I want to say. Is it Japan? I can't remember. What comes after Singapore? Well, whatever it is, we'll hopefully get that video out to you quick. Sorry for the long wait for this one, but yeah, stuff came up. So until then, peace out.